you know.
I mean, how much do you feel like you being in the streets and being involved in activities outside of the industry? I mean, like you even just said during the taping of the reality show, you're kicking indoors and, wilding out with pistols while this is going on. How much of that do you think factored into your sister's decision to not push your line?
After she was dating the young Jeezy, come on, man. My sister love that gangster shit. We from the bottom, man. We from the mud for real. She love that shit.
So that wasn't an
That
issue.
ain't definitely had nothing to do with it. You know,
I'm just
it
trying
has
to.
something to do with me and her personal relationship, which we're not gonna get into because she's a dominant. You know, you could tell how she carried herself. You know, and when she bump heads with a dude, that's why. You know, she be dumping them niggas. When she bump heads with him, she get rid of them. You know, she's a cold piece. That's I love her. She a gangster. You know, she only gonna deal with so much. You know, whether she right or wrong, she only gonna deal with so much of certain shit, you know. And if you not tending to that shit, you not, you know, it's bad.
Well, look, I know you said you don't want to talk about the personal shit, which I understand, but at the same time,
This motherfucker.
it seems like the personal relationship is fueling whatever discrepancies are going on with the business. So you're kind of like you're painting a picture, but you're only just painting the outlines. You got to color within it. Like, really, what's going on here, bro? What's the issue? Why why are we not seeing Sammy the Ghost music out there the way we're supposed to? Why do you not have a deal? And what happened between you and your sister that led to these business discrepancies and to have you in the current state that you're in right now?
Oh, you motherfuckers, man. Shit. That's a good question.
I mean, I know that you've been holding it in for a long time. You got to get it out, bro. You got to let people know. Because as of now, they're only getting a piece of the story. And if anything, it's going to make you look some type of way, which isn't fair. So, what are you protecting?
You know what? 5 years ago, I might not have said shit. But also, I feel like I can actually help her career right now. I mean, because, you know, personally, I'll be getting tired of all these girls still singing love and shit when they call my phone. That shit get irritating, you know. I'm just saying.
It's a good
But
song.
yeah, that's one of my favorites. But you know, we need some new shit. You know what I'm saying? You got all your nieces and you got all these nieces and nephews and little brothers and shit. The vibe all around you. You know what I'm saying? Sisters be singing both her. So shout out to Latifah and Elite because both of them could sing. You feel me? She could go in the studio with them two bitches and she can catch a new era vibe wave and get to, you feel me, floating on surfing on some shit and be right back in the top of the charts. You know what I'm saying? But I personally think, and I'm definitely gonna get crucified for this, but I don't get no shits. I believe it just goes back. Like I said, we went to school together, and all kind of shit. And my MO is I'm one of them niggas like from the movie. I'm like the educated street nigga. You know what I'm saying? I'm the nigga that'll kick your door in and still make it in school in time to get at least a B. So I was always the one everybody was like, Lil Sam, you know, he's good grades, you know. And then the bitch blew up first. I didn't go looking for her. Now, this is why I feel like the world got to understand me. You know what I'm saying? This is the part where it's like, okay, this nigga got a point. Okay, check it out. She went off. She did her thing. She blew up. We was only separated for 5 years. We hadn't only seen each other for 5 years. Okay. She said she came back to get me. My dad wouldn't let me take her. I was still a minor. Duh. A minor can't come take a minor. I don't care if you about to get some money.
So she's still a teenager at this time, too.
Right. Yeah, exactly. So, you know, when she blew up, it was funny because I used to watch her show. The little bitch I used to fuck with, her partner used to come over to the house, and they used to watch this show. And I remember telling them one time, like, that's my sister. And them bitches laughed at me. They laughed at me like a motherfucker, right? And then this is what brought me into the situation, R.P. Frankie. If y'all remember the episode, all the fans gonna go, ooh, he right when I say this. If y'all remember the episode, my mama was in jail. She was locked up, she was doing 5. My mom built different. She was doing 5 on a reality show. Keyshia and her sitting down at a picnic table. She got the jumpsuit on, orange jumpsuit, feel me? Mm-hmm. My mama says, have you found your brother Sammy or your sister Elite yet? Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, y'all know how network shit work. You feel me? Ooh, that's a plot. That's a story. The bitch wasn't looking for me. Just keep it 100. My mama put me in the mix like she always do. That's how my mama really got onto Jeezy. That's how he got onto my music, because my mama was the one that pulled him to the side one night while we was partying. Hey, my son do music. That's when he pulled me to the side, like, hey, I heard your mama. So you feel? My mama was my #1 fan. She from jail. Have you found your brother Sammy and your sister Elite? Manny and BET and them was like, whoa, that's what we doing. The next week, I'm watching the show with the bitches. They see that episode air. They hear my mama say, have you found your brother Sammy or your sister Elite yet? And they look at me like this. Oh, shit. This nigga said that was his sister, and his name is Sammy. Wait a minute. The next week, okay, you know my sister got this deep, dope-ass voice, you know what I'm saying? Real assertive. But when she sing, it turned to beauty. I don't know how that shit goes with. That shit crazy, that transition crazy. I get a phone call from a number 310. Pick it up. Lil' bro, I immediately put on speakerphone because I know it's her. Lil' bro, how you been? Them hoes panicking. They having heart attacks and shit. They trying not to scream and yell. They all over the floor. You feel me? All kind of shit. I already knew she was going to be calling because my mom said so. We ain't got to go through all the rest. Point being, you didn't come looking for me because you had love in your heart and you was trying to help me better my life. You came looking for me because you wanted to benefit from me as part of the show, making it look like you was some superhero putting his family together and you was going to make some change. She fly me in. Her first show she had when she flew me in, Concord Pavilion. Where's that at?
In the Bay.
Right next door to Pittsburgh. Every nigga, every bitch I knew was in that motherfucking pavilion. I seen niggas, they had bodies singing love. I'm talking about killers. You feel me? That night I I'm gonna tell my other little story. That night I had my first and only a groupie situation. I only like bitches, and I ain't against nobody like none of that shit. Don't get it twisted. Nobody ain't gonna catch me. I have all friends of all genders. I love everything. But I like women. But I had a groupie moment that night, because Chris Brown tapped me on the shoulder, and I love the fuck out of Chris Brown. I'm a gangster, but I would break out in full dance on your ass and turn to Chris Brown. The girls know it. One shot, and I'm Chris Brown on your ass. Chris Brown tapped me on my shoulder. He was like, hey, yo, Sammy, you mind if I holler at Keyshia real quick? This nigga just said my name? Did this nigga go do his homework? Chris, man, go ahead. You know what I'm saying? She was dating somebody at the time, and I ain't shit. I should have said no, but Chris Brown did it anyway. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Chris Brown, man. Everybody love me, man. Like I say, everybody, man. Met Omarion night.
And this is before the reality show?
This is before the shit. So this is before I even met any of the Jeezy or anybody. So I didn't know about any of that shit anyway. So, you know, but when she flew me in, this is when I knew shit was gonna be fucked up. She flew me in, right? I was in Arizona. She flew me back over there to the hood. I was back and forth for the hood. That's none of y'all business why. But I was in Arizona. That's where one of my places was. She was like, I'll fly. I walked into her hotel room. She was sitting in a chair getting her hair done. She did me like she was Al Pacino or some fucking body. The bitch getting her hair done, back to the room. Somebody spin her around, and she'd look at me. And I knew some weird shit was gonna go down. She looked at me, she was like, oh, you still a street nigga? I thought you would have been a rich nigga by now or something. I was like, hey, Mr. Smarty Pants. I said, oh, shit. That's how you gonna fly me in and do me with the Mr. Smarty Pants? For real? You thought I would have been rich? That's how you gonna do me? You came looking for me off of this shit? You brought me up out of my comfort zone for this shit. It's cool though. I'm humble. I ain't tripping off of it. But my vibe's so dope. She like, fuck this. I love my little brother. I'm finna put him on. She was fighting. Our whole relationship, she been fighting and wanting to love me and give me the world and wanting to keep me exactly where the fuck I was because she finally won up to me. Because all through school, I was knocking them down, good grades, all this shit, beating up niggas, all her boyfriends, everything. You feel me? I won the Martin Luther King Award. Martin Luther King was, I won the Martin Luther King Awards, nigga, and had Coretta Scott and her family come to the school. I beat all the little white kids, Asians, and Indian kids in the essay contest. I'm stupid with this shit. Like Shantae and Snoop, they loved the fuck out of me and my intelligence. They was like, but that's some of their best friends, so they couldn't come between that shit. A lot of them people that are around her, they didn't want to come in between their relationship. That's, you know, hey, we can't say nothing, but just know we see you. You know, a lot of stars.
Okay, so it's a lot to unpack here, Sammy. It's a lot to unpack. I got to be honest with you.
And the luggage is Burberry.
Absolutely, some go yard luggage for sure. With that being said, though, I'm able to kind of cipher through a lot of this.
Right.
I don't want to say verbal diarrhea, but
right.
You know, you're saying a lot. But what I'm hearing, because the question was, what really happened between you and your sister? And would I be wrong to say that she was frustrated that you weren't giving up the street life?
No, that's not what it was. She, I would say she.
Seems like you're avoiding really saying what's going on.
I feel like she never intended on doing it because it would have got done. You know what I'm saying?
She didn't want to put you on.
Never. No. The only person that got play to me outstanding in my family was Neffy, and coincidentally, she's the only person that don't sing or rap or anything that's in Keyshia's lane. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's what it is. We in her lane, and she don't want nobody else in her lane.
I mean, you're not a female R&B singer,
She don't care. She don't care. But she'd go around dating, what's that old funny-ass, football playing ass nigga now? And I hear an artist, as soon as he get with her, now he an artist. Old loud-ass Antonio Brown, like the Pittsburgh Steelers, so I don't get no fuck. Antonio Brown, you know what I'm saying? I be getting frustrated with shit like that, too, because it's like, bitch, every nigga you date end up getting some type of clout off you. Why not your brother? The nigga that's taking care. And mind you, this the real shit. I'm the nigga that's taking care of this family. Let that be told. Let that be said. Okay? Y'all go check my mama's last 5 years of her life. Every video that she got, every picture that she got, I'm either there or the nigga taking the picture. Every child of every niece, nephew, everybody in this family, when they need some money, my Cash App is where it come from. Let's get that clear. Okay? I've done more for this family and everybody in this bitch with less.
Yo, we just hit 400,000 subscribers right here on the Clips channel. So if you want to help us out, click subscribe, get us to 500K.